In this video, we'll be talking about hyperbolic functions. They're very similar to sine, cosine, and tangent, and their reciprocals, cosecant, secant, and cotangent. However, they are still very different. Hyperbolic sine is pronounced sinh, hyperbolic cosine is pronounced cosh, hyperbolic tangent is pronounced tanch. The reciprocals are cosec, sech, and cotanch. As you can see, their definitions are right here. E to the x minus e to the negative x over 2 is sinh. Flip it, you get cosec. E to the x plus e to the negative x over 2 is cosh. Flip it, you get sech. E to the x minus e to the negative x over e to the x plus e to the negative x is tanch. Flip it, you get cotanch. Now let's say you're asked to evaluate them. To evaluate sinh of 0. E to the 0 minus e to the negative 0 over 2 is 1 minus 1, which is 0, over 2, which gives you 0. And if you didn't know, e to the 0 is 1, e to the negative 0 is also 1. Now let's look at cosh of 0. E to the 0 plus e to the negative 0 over 2 is 1 plus 1, which is 2, over 2, which gives you 1. Now let's look at tanch of 0. E to the 0 minus e to the negative 0 over e to the 0 plus e to the negative 0 gives you 1 minus 1, which is 0, over 1 plus 1, which is 2. 0 over 2 is 0. Now let's make it a little bit harder and say you're asked to find the derivative, or f prime of x. First, let's look at sinh of x. So it's very similar to sine and cosine, and that the derivative of sine is cosine, just like the derivative of sinh is cosh. So the derivative of sinh x is cosh x. Now let's look at sinh x squared plus 1. First you start with the chain rule, but since there isn't an exponent, we can skip the first step. Find the derivative of sinh, which is cosh, and then multiply by the derivative of the inside function, which is 2x. Multiply it all out, you get 2x cosh x squared plus 1. Now let's look at cosh cubed of x. It's a little bit different, and first we start with the chain rule. Bring the exponent out front, subtract the up top exponent by 1, which gives us 3 cosh x squared. Then you multiply by the derivative of the inside function. And unlike cosine and sine, the derivative of cosine is negative sine, but the derivative of cosh is sinh, not negative sinh. So, multiply it by sinh of x, then you multiply by the inside function again, which is 1, and then you multiply it all out, you get 3 cosh squared of x, sinh of x. Thank you for watching.